This is not about negative recruiting, sorry.
Good.
When it comes to the Pitt-Penn State game, Scott Barnes over at Pitt had said that he'd approached you about extending that agreement even further, and you were not as interested.
It wasn't a matter of not as interested. We're taking a look at our scheduling philosophy, so we have to determine where that fits. We're very interested in playing Pitt. Obviously, we've got a 4-game series coming up, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've never been a part of a Pitt-Penn State game, and I think it's going to be fabulous. But we have to come up with a long-term scheduling philosophy, of which you've seen us come out with the fact we're playing Auburn, and where does Pitt fit in that? But we're very interested in playing Pitt.
Can you detail what went into scheduling that series with Auburn and why they were a school that interested you guys and vice versa?
We're certainly interested in what I consider to be Power 5 regional rivalries like Pitt and West Virginia, Virginia Tech who we've got on the schedule. And then we also want to mix that in with great national intersectional rivalries, and we thought Auburn fit that.
Sandy, James said that all of his assistants were given those 2-year extensions this spring or summer. What went into those conversations, and how do you view that as kind of giving them a vote of confidence after 2 years?
Well, I think you look at the marketplace. That happens to be where the marketplace is going in terms of assistant coaches and some level of support staff. We certainly want to be. We want to compete in the marketplace, if you will, for all of our positions, and we want those people to know that they're valued and we appreciate the work they've done.
Sandy, what is the current state of the football stadium renovations?
It is part of our. It's a huge part, but it's part of our master plan, which we are in the process of kind of finishing up the concept phase, and we'll do something publicly with it in the fall.
Timetable in the fall. Okay.
Sandy, you had mentioned, I think last week, that Beaver Stadium would be getting smaller through this. Is 100,000 a threshold? You're still. That is still a threshold for the stadium, and seat widening, things like that. How does that all go into it?
It all goes together. When you look at the things that we've identified that our fans have told us, we did some tremendous, extensive survey work that is really informing the renovation, the proposed renovation, around seat width, leg room, restrooms, ingress, egress, concession offerings, etc., etc. So some of those work in opposite directions of each other, but I do think having a stadium that is around 100,000. I mean, we got a lot of folks that want to see Penn State games, right? So I don't think that we've got a whole lot of leeway in terms of making it smaller from a capacity standpoint. But if we're going to make seats wider and we're going to give people more leg room, we're gonna be smaller. But also, I mean, if you look around, I think this is where we're going from a college football standpoint. Ohio State announced a relatively small reduction, and Gene Smith said at the time, the capacity race is over. This is about value, and this is about our customers and what they want and their comfort and their game day experience.
How high did seating and leg room rate on customer service?
It's pretty high.
Is the Jordan Center part of this?
Jordan Center.
You're taking a look at that.
The Jordan Center is part of it. Now, as we all know, athletics doesn't manage the Jordan Center, so that's in conjunction with other campus partners. But as one of our key facilities that we use, our 2 basketball programs, our wrestling program, etc., it's absolutely part of it.
With the alcohol sales, the pilot program, are you evaluating that as some other schools have, and possibly down the road turning it into full stadium or full facility?
We've not defined ours as a pilot program. We've sought the liquor licenses, which we're still in the process of doing. But my commitment to the board, my commitment to senior administration, is that we will always evaluate. We'll evaluate it as it relates to our students. We'll evaluate it as it relates to safety. What's best practice? We're not going to fully implement for this year, even what we've asked to do. So that will come in stages.
Sandy, what sort of feedback have you gotten about the parking rates for the blue-white game? Are people upset, understanding?
No, nobody likes it. Nobody wants to pay more for anything. I don't want to pay more for anything. But we believe that we had a pretty solid basis. That game cost us over $500,000, and I certainly I've listened over the course of a couple of years and understand the tradition around the game itself, and families coming, people coming that otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity during the regular season to come. And so I said, we're not going to do anything with a ticket. We did it. We did it in a way that if first of all we honored our season ticket holders, that they don't that their parking is provided in their season ticket, and then others who can't afford, don't want to pay for the parking fee, there are other options for them and can still attend the blue and white game. But I certainly understand. Nobody wants to pay more for anything if they don't have to.